live.
Ta-da!
Good morning. Welcome to the second. Wow, that's a bright hand. Sorry. Welcome to the second Drive Live Drive. That's what
Well, you said it how you always say it.
Yeah, Drive Live Drive. So it's a Saturday morning. We thought we'd see what a Saturday morning was like. We're also driving in what is potentially my least favorite part of the country to drive in ever.
Chicago.
But sometimes, and not Chicago as a whole. There's beautiful parts of Chicago.
Yeah.
But we're heading around the bottom of Lake Michigan on the interstate to get to Cincinnati for a show tonight. And I just feel like that little, what do you call it? A choke point of all of the roads of the country. Bottleneck is my least favorite. And also all this right here and this construction and this traffic.
So much construction and traffic.
So yeah, but the point is, sometimes you gotta drive through some stuff you don't want to get to the stuff you do want to. But we thought we'd share that with you this morning.
Thought we'd share our anxiety.
We also saw a Todd Snyder show a couple nights ago that was awesome and inspiring. What does it say?
Rad lighting.
Look at this truck.
Inedible, whoa. Not intended for human food.
What in the world is
zombie stuff?
Sorry.
Who's that? What's that?
Oh, it's our forever best friend.
Oh hey.
On the road again.
Charlie Grace. We're doing live drives just like you suggested we should.
Yeah, Charlie, this is our second live drive. Live drive. Man, it's so bumpy. I don't know if we can do it.
Well, you could turn it around.
And then it's less bumpy. Amazing. Here we go. So yeah, we are just leaving Chicago, headed for Cincinnati. We're playing a van pop-up show at Engine 13 in Cincinnati tonight, a van outfitter and a van landing place. We'll have to find out what he's calling it. What Zach's calling it. Zachary. I don't know if he goes by Zach or Zachary. We haven't really met him yet.
I guess we'll have to find out what Zach is calling himself also.
But we're playing there tonight, and you might like it actually. Engine 13. You might like it actually because apparently it's sort of like you can spend the night there, you can do laundry there, you can shower there, you can get your van worked on, you can work on your van. We're excited to find out more about it. So we were invited to come play there, and we took them up on it after. It seemed like Chicago, a night after Chicago was a good night to do that. So we're on I-90 tollway. Or are we on? Oh, we're just intersecting I-88. I thought we were on the wrong road. 294 south.
Where the speed limit is 45, but everybody else is driving like 70. Looney Tunes.
We've already had someone go out of their way to not let us in this morning. We had someone right in front of us. It looked like just deliberately plow through a cone.
A construction cone. So weird.
And then it just like bounced out into the road.
They did not have the kind of clearance we're working with. They just went for it. Like
I wouldn't even do that with our clearance.
I know. I would casually. That's why I'm 50% thinking that they just went for it, because some people just have that spice in their life, and then other people don't really pay attention so much while they're driving, and that might have been the 50% the other case. Who knows?
Speaking of spice in their life, I'm having a peppermint tea this morning.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's good.
I think peppermint tea is normally what
Call me V. Good morning, beautiful people. Well, that's a nice thing to say this early in the morning.
So glad.
Us in our stocking caps and our bed head. just spent our second night in the van on this run here. What's that say? Make sure you share these on your Facebook when you do it as well. I should do that right now, huh?
Is that from Charlie Grace?
Yep.
What a pro. What is that?
This is late. I'm having brunch. All right.
So yeah, last time we did this, I posted a picture of us trying to figure out if it was actually live on our Instagram stories, and I thought that brought some people over.
Okay, I can do that.
But then the only problem with this idea is that we're live, and so then, like, what do we do to entertain the people who have tuned in?
That says message redacted or retracted. I think I might have to get some glasses. What was the only problem, Emma?
Well, if we promote it after we've already gone live on other channels, then we're distracted from entertaining people.
Oh yeah, that's okay. We can work together.
But I'm not necessarily here to entertain. I'm here to drive safely.
That's right. And I'm here to read comments. So here's what you do. You can play a question game. Oh no. How do you... Oh, I remember. You can play a question game and have your people ask questions, or you can ask questions to the audience. I like that. Let's start with people asking questions.
Is that from Charlie Grace?
Yeah. The only problem
You're
is...
like on here coaching us. That's so fun.
The only problem, Charlie Grace, is that I don't know if there's enough people on here to ask questions.
Well, she might have some questions.
Do you have any questions?
Rosie Bell might have some questions. Rosie
Do you have
Bell
any questions for us? I also just want to show you as we travel south around Chicago. We have 4 watching now.
Yeah.
And more coming. All right. I just want to also show you as we're traveling around south of Chicago here how horrible it is. Just want to share that with you.
It's not even horrible right now. But Mark, I guess those are famous last words for Chicago driving.
Sorry people.
Right now it's like reasonable.
Okay, so I'm going to get on Instagram on Emma's phone. And you participate very well. Okay, call me V. Participate. I like that she did the little hand raise emoji. I need to make it so I don't miss messages. I see. We are leaving from Chicago. I played at Hey Nonny in Arlington Heights last night. And Arlington Heights is a cute little Chicago suburb with this little Main Street area, and the venue was nice enough to let us, well, the venue and the city, we actually got, all you do in Arlington Heights to park overnight is there's like a link for the city that you fill out what your vehicle is, where you're parked, and why you're parked there. And I selected visiting, and then you got to put in the address of who you're visiting, which I put the venue that we played, and how long you're going to be there, and then you fill out that form and submit it, and then you're legal to park there overnight. And it was like a perfectly level spot across the street from a nice little grassy park for the dogs, and then about 24 restaurants and bars all around, coffee shop.
So good.
We went to a place called Scratchboard Kitchen this morning for breakfast, and it was awesome.
It was awesome. I got a pear and prosciutto grilled cheese for breakfast because they serve brunch all morning, and it was fabulous. I also got a lavender chai latte, which was fantastic as well. I am super into lavender flavored things these days. Like, it's my absolute favorite thing. So if anybody has any recommendations about lavender recipes or beverages or anything like that, throw them our way.
Oh my gosh, check this. This is
But yeah, right
Saturday morning.
Right now, the Chicago traffic just got cruddy.
Saturday morning. I'm going to give you something to talk about, Emma.
Okay.
Because
I'll talk all day if I can keep my eyes on the road.
Because Charlie Grace is on here. So, the dogs are finally being good. Potter, all morning, was up in our face up here.
Because he's excited.
And I just joined a English setter owner Facebook group that I hadn't seen before. That was kind of fun. And we started reading all the posts about puppies. And then
it escalated quickly.
And then Emma said, one of them said Central Illinois litter, and Emma said, let's go get one. And I thought, we are just now figuring out how to have 2 dogs in a van and how to transition 2 dogs from a van to a home. And I thought all these things immediately, like we'd have to get a bigger van.
Statement.
I thought
we're just now figuring it out.
I thought I can barely handle, like I let the dogs out every morning when they get up early. I thought I could barely handle 2 dogs. I had all these thoughts to go through my head. And Emma was like, I just want to get a puppy without thinking about it. So
sometime in life.
Yeah, sometime in life. Like maybe when we're spending most of our time in a van. So take it away. What do you think? What do you guys think about us just randomly getting a puppy on the road?
It's not entirely random.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Like, okay, so here's what I was specifically trying to communicate is all of my life I've had these moments where I've met a dog that was available for adoption, needed a home, and I've had these moments multiple times because I'm a dog lover where my thought has been, yeah, we have space and resources and absolutely we should get this dog. And that I've never just like pursued that. And I just think it would be really fun at some point in my life to just pursue that. One of these times where I say, yep, we have opportunity, we have resources, we have a love and passion for animals, and yeah, we can make this work, and it would be great, and it would be awesome for that animal. And today, Jason showed me this sweet little all white English setter, but then on its ears and a little bit on its face, it was tricolored. And I thought Pepper and Potter and Finnegan would really love that puppy eventually. But anyway, I would just like to clarify the idea that we're just getting it figured out. You just said, my goodness, at almost 76,000 miles, you think we're just now getting it dialed in?
How do I do the swipe up for a link thing?
It's now just that sticker link. This is if you go into the gifts or whatever, and then there's a link.
Link, I see it.
You click on that and I paste it there.
Thank you.
So anyway, I know I'm a crazy animal person. I know if I could, I would save all the animals in the world. I know I can do that by donating to organizations I love. But there's just been these situations where, like, we were in Colorado a couple times and they were having these dog rescue events when they were all puppies, and they were from like reservations, or they were found just kind of out in the wild, and people need to find homes for these animals. And I just think that it would be really rewarding for me to pursue that sometime. And yeah.
Okay, I've ignored you for a minute while I was sharing. I'm sorry. Let me get caught up.
Also, I do also tell myself, however, 2 dogs, 2 hands. So like right now, Pepper and Potter, both, if I can pet both of them, I can love both of them.
I'm sure
but you have 2 hands also. So
I'm sure you've made
hands.
your case.
4
I would
hands.
like to get caught up here because I'm sure there's a lot of comments. So, let me engage better here. Let's see. I've already had brunch. Bringing the peeps. Here's what you... Okay. Gotta go down a little more. D. Frank, we're going to come back to that question. That was a good question. My keto cakes are the best. Okay. We need a musical genius dog. Just saying. Okay. I don't know if setters are known for that, but maybe we can train them.
If we get a puppy, it can be anything.
No better time than today.
Nice.
Are you driving by a puppy place? Well, we're. I don't even know if we're anywhere near it, but I just said Central Illinois, and we're in Illinois. Okay, so D. Frank asked what our favorite mod we've done to Falcor Van recently. We haven't done a lot recently to Falcor Van because... Okay, Emma's going to answer this question.
Our favorite recent mod to our van is our upper deck seating solution, which is like our largest mod of our whole vehicle. And it's kind of straightforward, upper deck seating solution, but let me just go ahead and describe it to you. I like to call it the sweet ass seating solution. It has a captain's seat over our roof air conditioning unit, which is wide enough to sit to if you are comfortable sitting close to the person you're sitting with. And then it has 2 individual seats on either side of our roof air, like our max air fan. And then we have a bamboo, I believe, table that goes over our max air fan in between those 2 individual seats. So you have like a complete patio lounge on top of our van. And not only do all those pieces that we got from Canyon Adventure Vans like make the whole thing way sturdier up there and more usable space, but it doubles effectively the space that our vehicle offers us for hanging out, doing the van life thing. So not only do we have the interior space with seating and options for surfaces and lighting, but now we also have the upper deck seating solution, which also has a solar powered umbrella, so the lights are solar powered underneath our umbrella, and it is absolutely beautiful and useful 24/7 in good weather.
D.
And
Frank,
it's the largest.
I'm not sure why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just used it at the F1 races in Austin, Texas with my son last week, and it was awesome. Just to be able to sit up there, have a totally different perspective on the scene. In that case, get out of the generator noise. It was a very noisy generator camp area.
Which we haven't known much about, right? Like when we camp with all of our storyteller friends, it's silent. But he went to the F1 and sent me a video of just hanging out on top of the van, and the amount of generator noise was amazing.
D. Frank, so you make a mod, what is it? Tell me about it. I'm not sure he's on here anymore, Charlie, we'll see. You can see a little bit of the upper deck seating solution on our Instagram and our most recent YouTube video that we did about the F1 race. There's a couple of shots of us hanging out up there. So, where are you guys, by the way, those that are watching still? Where are you tuning in from, as they say? CG, tell them to make you a mod as well. Maybe I read that wrong.
Like D. Frank wants to be a moderator?
Oh, tell them to make you a mod. I thought you meant... yeah, maybe you did.
We're still learning about YouTubes.
So, yeah, I don't even know what would a mod do. You're west of Toronto. Oh, that's awesome. In the Canadian Oktoberfest capital.
That's cool. I would like to complete Jason's thought that he was going with when he first started to say we haven't done much. And that's because there are things that we would like to do to our mode 4x4 that I'm currently driving. But we have a beautiful Mode LT Transit from Storyteller Overland that we'll be getting early next year. I'm guessing like early to mid-spring at this point. And so that's the vehicle that we'll be driving all over starting whatever day it lands in our laps. And then this one we're going to be renting on like Go Camp probably, which is a really cool app similar to Outdoorsy, except that it's really focused on the quality of the vehicle and the quality of the relationship between the renter and the rentee. Nope, those would be the same things. No, renter and rentee, that works. Okay. So there are things that we would do to our mode right now that we're choosing to not do and instead put those funds towards spiffing up and modding out our LT. Is that where you were going?
That was where I was going, yeah.
But both vehicles will have Canyon Adventure Van things, and the upper deck seating solution is going to be moved from this vehicle over to our LT.
I was also going to mention that we are broadcasting this live drive from our 67, what are they called?
67 Designs mounts.
67 Designs mounts, which was another mod that we did. So we can have our phones and our Garmin Overlander and our InReach all on the dash if we want. So Charlie explained the moderators assist with the chat, help push and keep trolls away, which would be super helpful in the driving situation because I don't know, it's kind of hard to read up there and I keep misreading things. So I could see that having a moderator would be really helpful, especially if there were a lot of people. Last time we did this, there were very few people like this at the beginning, and then it continually increased as we went along. So how do, Charlie, I can't tell if you said you were driving somewhere or something, or moving from point A to point B, so that meant that you couldn't do it, but how do you make someone a mod? So, Call Me V is west of Toronto in the Canadian Oktoberfest capital. What is, just to be specific, what is the Canadian Oktoberfest capital? We played Toronto once as a part of a folk festival. Would love to come back there again when things get a little easier. Number 538 subscriber. That's Call Me V. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hawkins Family Adventures.
Hey guys.
That's awesome.
We subscribe to them.
Yes. I have a friend, Jason Levasseur, who is part of his family name is Hawkins. You guys are probably cousins.
Probably close cousins.
That's one of those.
Friends.
That's one of those names though that is like a. It's like
Wallsmith.
No, there's only a couple of us, but Hawkins is like of the Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett era, where there are just a handful of people out there. Hawkins is a friend of Forever Best Friend.
Nice.
Thank you for inviting all your friends. We really do appreciate it, and we'd love to have you join us on here as a moderator. Jason Levasseur, musician. Yes, do you know him?
Yes, Jason Levasseur, the musician.
Yeah,
He's a really good friend of ours.
We used to put his records out on my label, Authentic Records, and there was one. He has a record called. Oh boy!
Everybody knows the driver is the DJ.
It was the one before that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, anyway, I shot the pictures for his album, and it was Steps of St. Patrick was the song. That might have been the name of the record. Anyway, he's sitting on the steps of a church, and on that particular album, he did one whole run of the album as Jason Levasseur, and he did a whole other run of the album as Jason Hawkins Levasseur. And I don't know what he was thinking there, but I liked it. It was fun. It was a fun little tidbit.
He's a bit of an A/B tester.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hawkins Family Adventures. You have 52 subs. I think we're one of them. As soon as we get off here, we will double check.
Oh no, I mean yes, double check, but I know I subscribe to Hawkins Family Adventures.
A couple practical questions for you guys. You're in the hospital right now, so I have nothing but time and super fast right thumb. Okay, well, awesome. Thank you.
We'll hang out with you.
Yeah. I hope you're doing okay in the hospital. I hope it's something planned and beneficial. So if you want us to make you a moderator just for the experience, we could do that. But I don't know how. You'd have to tell us how. And I have another yes, that's it, D. Frank, watching the girls go by, which I also sang on. Call me V, 243 subs. If we're not, we will be. Practical question for you. Should we flip the camera so that it's, because I think it's like reversed right now, and I think there's a tool in here for how to fix that. No, maybe that's on Facebook.
Yeah. Also.
Okay, on YouTube side, click 3 dots, read list. It doesn't, when I click the 3 dots. Call Me V says we all look fab on YouTube, so that's probably everybody. And thank you.
Yeah, I wonder if we can even have a moderator. Maybe we have to get to like 1,000 to assign a moderator.
Click name of person first. Oh, I see. So maybe in a chat. Okay, try this. Add moderator. Nice, it worked. Thank you guys. You're such good teachers.
What would be wild and crazy is if we can't do this because we have a kid at home that we need to go back home to. But it'd be wild and crazy if somebody had like a YouTube channel or Instagram where they were live all the time and they just asked people for like, okay, so what should I do next? Like, this exit is coming up. Should I take it?
Oh, that would be super fun. Well, we can do that today. We have like a 4-hour drive.
And then we could also be like, hey, this puppy's available. Should we go get it?
We have a 4-hour drive, but we don't have to be there for like 7 hours. So, Hawkins Family Adventures are going on an adventure today.
Cool.
To see how to get to my work. I start on Monday. Okay, Hawkins Family Adventure. Where are you?
In the world.
And where are you headed as a part of your adventure? Portland, Oregon. All right, what a beautiful place. That's, if you live in Portland, everywhere you go is an adventure, I feel like.
I've actually never been to Portland, Oregon.
Call Me V is already participating, but on her own side. Let me ask you, should I go to the farmer's market or a walking trail?
Oh man, we're big farmer's market people. So
yeah, I'm just gonna say, not knowing anything about your farmer's market or your walking trail, I would say farmer's market, especially because it's starting to get colder. There won't be farmer's markets forever. Uh-oh, D. Frank says trail. Well,
now we're in a fight?
I don't feel like we know him well enough to fight.
What if you go to your farmer's market, get yourself a nice warm beverage, and then
maybe
head
a fresh loaf of bread?
Yeah, for sure. Like for later, put it in your knapsack.
Yep.
And then head off on your walking trail with your beverage and enjoy the beautiful outdoors. Yeah,
that sounds like a nice day. That's one thing we won't be able to do while we sit on our butts in the van all day. That's okay. We're gonna get around. Okay. We're gonna get around here. I imagine we're gonna be on here for maybe another hour.
We're gonna be on this road.
Yep. We're driving
this
through
road where it's gonna get all crazy like.
Oh yeah, we'll show that here in a second. It looks like on the GPS, it looks like it's stopped up here. But we're gonna drive through Indianapolis today, which I don't know anything about Indianapolis. And then we might get off the beaten path a little bit if we can. So. All right, she's going to the farmer's market. Wait, I don't know if it's a she. Call Me V. Anyway, Call Me V.
Say they're going.
Is going to the farmer's market, and they're going to tag us on Instagram with some photos.
Sweet. At Falcor Man.
So, Charlie, we have, believe it or not, in Des Moines, Iowa, we have one of the lots of brake lights up there. We have like the 4th largest farmers market in the country. Something like 4 million people go to it during the farmers market season every year, and that's in a state of 3 million. And I think that's like the biggest problem for people. One of the biggest problems is the fact that there's all this abundance of fresh produce and meat, locally sourced meat, and all these good things, and nobody really knows what to do with it. And I know I've been I've had that problem where I like buy bags full of stuff and take it home and then it just sits. So I thought it would be fun to do a farmer's market cookbook. I've done years of food photography occasionally, and I think it would be really fun to do a farmer's market cookbook that's all about what you do with the food that you find most commonly in different parts of the country and farmers markets. So, all right. Hawkins Family Adventure, what state are we in? We are in a state of confusion.
Been there.
We're in a state of delay. So we're in Illinois right now, and we're headed, our final destination
Hazard
today.
reported ahead on I-80 in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
You're still on the fastest route.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Siri.
Don't worry, we won't be on the fastest route for long. We'll be on the most
Look at that.
scenic route.
Did you look at that?
I think that's a strip mine. We're in Illinois, headed to Cincinnati. Basically, we're going to drive all through Indiana today. Dream on Wheels, hello, hello. Thanks for the blue wrench, duck. What does that mean? Call me duck. Okay, so call me V. I'm supposed to call him or her duck. I'm supposed to call them duck.
There you go.
Last weekend live was a cook-along. That's cool.
That's really cool. Man, this YouTube thing is a whole new world.
Yeah, and these guys are all very good at it.
Yeah.
They're all very smooth with their welcomes and hellos, and you got a nice little community there, I think, don't you, Charlie? Well, we're happy that you're letting us be a part of it today.
On Instagram, they have this thing where it's like, ask to join video. Can you do that on YouTube as well?
I don't know, but it says, so I said, what's the wrench? Okay, this is hard to follow, but it says, Charlie says, when you throw someone a wrench to be a mod, we yell, duck!
That's fun. You guys are crazy.
Call Me V says, I thought we were playing Duck Duck Goose. Okay, I'll flip it back around.
But look at this. Look here.
What? Oh, no, it's a sport.
I know. I'm
So-
looking at it.
So, this is Emma. She's my wife. She's a driver. We're team drivers.
And I'm going to look at the camera one time right now because I'm coming to a complete stop. Good morning.
Maybe show them your eyes.
These are my eyes. Ugh.
Dream on Wheels, just subscribe. Thank you, Dream on Wheels.
Thank you.
So this is Emma. We've been married for 5.5 years.
Yep.
And before that, she toured with my band for a while. So we've known each other a long time.
For
and
5 years.
Emma rocks, Charlie says.
Thank you. Last night, Jason on stage tried to get away with saying that I'd worked 500 shows in 5 years for this band, and I couldn't have that. It was a misrepresentation because I worked over 600 shows in 5 years, and that doesn't even include your solo shows.
Yeah, who would include my solo shows? But now...
I mean, I would include your solo shows, but the ones I was paid to be at.
By the way, those shows she's referencing were with my
Bands.
band, the Nadas, before we were married. Now that we've been married, it would be fun to count up the shows.
Oh my gosh, so many shows.
We're probably
but I love it.
close to beating that record.
Yeah,
I mean, just this last year and a half, it's been
Yeah, you played
over
over
100
easily.
We need to count them up.
But I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I love.
Nice to meet you as well, V. So that's Emma, and I'm Jason, and I play music. We travel around and play music. And we played last night in Chicago at a place called Hey Nani in Arlington Heights. I'm kind of reviewing, so we said this at the beginning, but there were literally no one on there.
They do this on the news. You say, and if you're just joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we played Hey Nani's in Arlington Heights. It was a sold-out show, and a cool, for me anyway, sort of factoid was that it was essentially sold out last April. So it was, or April 2020.
April 2020.
This show was booked. Well, it was probably booked in 2019.
Yeah.
But it was scheduled for April 2020. And when COVID hit, obviously most places canceled, some places rescheduled. This one rescheduled for fall of 2020. And then we couldn't do that. Then they rescheduled for spring of 2021, and we couldn't do that. And then they moved it to fall of 2021. So this show had been rescheduled so many times. And every time it got rescheduled, all of the ticket holders, now this is a small room, like 100 capacity or something, but all the ticket holders had the option of requesting a refund. And they all kept them. So it stayed a sold out show for a year and a half, which is pretty amazing.
And the promoter last night said that that it's the only show that he's had on the books for that long that nobody's asked for a refund. He said that most people, when he sends out the emails of this is our new scheduled date, he's gotten emails back from folks saying, well, that day won't work for me, or screw it, I want my money back, I'm not going to wait 2 years to see this band. And so it's really, really cool that we have fans who are also friends and family now, who are supportive enough of the band that no one asked for a refund across all that time. Pretty incredible. It was
amazing. It felt great last night.
Yeah.
It felt like a subtle huddle. That's an inside joke from last night. So last night was a duo show, the Nadas. Wow, that was a big bump, you guys. Hopefully everybody's okay if you're hanging on. And my partner in the Nadas, his daughter, Emma Butterworth Music, on the socials, opened up. She's 20. She's 20 years old. She goes to school in Chicago for music. She's writing incredible songs, and she's got a whole world in front of her. So that was fun having her open. It was a special night. Now, to your question, are we playing solo or duo tonight? Tonight is just me solo at this place called Engine 13 in Cincinnati, which if you guys are van people or RV people, actually I don't know we don't know much about it yet.
He said to invite whoever you want.
Yeah, if anybody,
so
if
invited,
you guys know anyone near Cincinnati to come out tonight, we're supposed to invite whoever we want. So I'm playing there solo tonight, and then we head home for an 8-hour drive tomorrow. So
with our new puppy.
Are we going to be live? Yeah, why don't we go live tonight?
Okay.
It'll probably be good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so I tried to go live on YouTube last night. It was so beautiful. The sound was phenomenal. The crowd was really, really cool. So I tried to go live, and I did, but it just kept cutting out. I was even on the venue's Wi-Fi, and it was just so intermittent that it was unfortunate, though, or for obvious reasons. But what I don't know that you know yet is that at one point it was like 2 people tuned in, and then it said 5 people tuned in, and then it was like 12 people have tuned in. And so obviously it was content that people were curious about, but the bandwidth just wasn't there for it. And so I ended up squashing that idea. So yeah, I'll try to do it tonight. I hope that they've got
I imagine
better
they do.
I'm sure they do. It's like one of their sales points of the Engine 13 location is come use our Wi-Fi. So yeah, great idea.
Okay, let's get to some questions. Charlie says, where was your favorite location to do a show this year? That's a good question. Let's see. I mean, was it this year? Like, I'm not good with dates and times.
I'm like,
I had some amazing experiences. I think Moab was the very beginning of this year.
Yeah.
We played out in the desert
was like
in the middle
March
of
or April.
in Moab with a group of vans. Did the same thing in Sedona a couple months later. We had
so March was Moab because May was when we went to Arizona and my mom broke her hip and I stayed in Arizona for the whole month, and you went to Sedona. So we'll keep track of time by
I also
injuries.
I also have this affliction that I'd like to share with you now.
Oh,
which
it's
is
a safe
that
space, I think.
I am almost unable to answer the question, what is your favorite of anything? It trips something in my mind where I don't know, I'm unable to answer it, because I can list all kinds of great experiences I had, but I must not have favorites.
You worry that you're going to hurt the other location's feelings?
No, it's not that. It's that I think of something that I like and I start talking about it, and then I panic because I think of something else.
Yeah.
And then I panic again because I think of
So
something else.
maybe we should ask people to ask us questions like, what are some fun locations you play?
Well, I think what I'm trying to challenge myself to do is just pick one and talk about it and not worry about the other stuff, but it's an affliction I have. So let's get back to the questions. The next question is what's my favorite song to perform? But that was way earlier before I said the favorite stuff. But
what's your favorite one right now, just for fun?
My favorite one right now is Pocket Every Stone, and it's on my solo record twice because I recorded it with my camper van friends from Storyteller Overland, and then we were in the studio and I was like, man, I'm just really liking playing the song. It was my favorite at the time. I was feeling it, and I had this session band there, and everything was just going so well. I'm like, I just want to do it again. So it's on there twice, which is pretty weird, but it's fun.
But they're two totally different vibes, and it's really fun for us to know, this is the version that came out of this really incredible experience with our friends at Storyteller Overland, and then the other one is, this is the version that came out of this really unique time where you just, for the first time in your life, made the decision to just hire the people that the studio says these are our quality players, because normally you go in with your band, or even people who have been in your band but no longer play all the shows with you, stuff like that. So you put trust
were essentially
into
strangers.
People. Yeah.
But they all had these amazing track records and have played on unbelievable records. Like the guitar player who was kind of the band leader for the session band down at Fame in Muscle Shoals, his name's Will McFarlane, and he was Bonnie Raitt's guitar player for the late 70s and the 80s, toured with Jackson Brown. We were in the studio and I was like, can I just play Angel from Montgomery with you? John Prine song that Bonnie Raitt made famous. And he's like, yeah, played it 1,000 times, let's do it. And it was so cool to play that song with the guy who played it on stage for so many years. Shoot, I had a thought go through my head that I wanted to... Oh, I know. Hey, Charlie, as a moderator, can you put links in the comments? Could you put the link to my website that has my record? Because you can stream the whole record for free on my website, so people can hear these songs. So Pocket Every Stone is on my record, Overlander, which is my first solo record, even though I've been a musician for 30 years. Pocket Every Stone is on that record, and if you go to jasonwalsmithstoryteller.com. So as a moderator, I think that might be a fun thing to do. You can just listen to the record. I would love for you guys to check it out. That song, Camper Van, which is all about traveling and this lifestyle. There's a couple of covers on there.
This band specifically.
This band. Let me get caught up on some comments here. Hawkins Family Adventures says, I love this community. We are loving this community too, and that's what came with us buying a van, was this whole new community we didn't know existed, and these people embracing us and we meeting really good friends, so thank you for inviting us into this community here today. Love is in the air. How many albums have you recorded? Well, so solo, I've only recorded this one album, Overlander, but with my band, the Nadas, which is at its core, it's myself and another guy that started the band in 1993. We have something like around a dozen, but more than that. But I know that I wanted to get.
What are you doing, Jason?
Not worth it. I wanted to get the Indiana sign, so we're now in Indiana. Sorry. So we have about a dozen records, more if you count the DVDs and the live records. No, the live. It's about a dozen. We have
let me explain this to you as a fan and a tour
Please.
manager of this band.
Please.
For whatever reason, Mike Butterworth and Jason Walsmith don't consider all of their records as like official things that they want to acknowledge, which is hysterical because as a fan, we love those records. So like they don't really consider En Vivo as like a real thing that exists, but it's also like classic Nadas. It's their very first record that ever came out. There's another one called Nada Sound, which they're kind of like, I don't know, but yeah, it exists and it's awesome. And if you're a fan of the band, it's like they're too Iowa, humble, almost maybe embarrassed because they were such youngins when they made those records, but they're fantastic and they're fun and they're nostalgic for a lot of your fans who listened to you when you were just but wee babes.
I actually think it's more because back in the day when you counted records for people, you didn't count greatest hits, you didn't count live, you didn't count because it's like it's all about how many songs or original songs there are. So back in the day when album counts counted or mattered. Like now it's all singles. You can do as many as you want whenever you want. But it used to be that you released a record, you promoted and toured on that record for 2 years, sometimes 3 years, 4 years. And so it was sort of a mark of how long your career had been.
I see.
But now it just doesn't matter as much.
But then on top of that, you have those other nuances. Like last night I had an in-depth conversation with folks, these 4 fans that came over to talk to me at the merch table about the songs that you guys play that you also maintain don't really exist. And they were like, why are they like that? I'm like, well, it's because they didn't intend for Box of Wine or Rockstar or I think even like Life in a Bucket, which is my favorite nostalgic song of classic Nadas, to be something that was going to follow them around for 30 years.
Right.
It was supposed to be like a one night that was funny.
Yep.
But the fans that were there were so enthralled with those songs that they've made you maintain their existence for 3 decades.
Basically. Yeah.
It's pretty fascinating.
Let's see. So let's go. We really digress when people ask a question and then we go crazy. Hey, thanks for. Okay, so I'm way back here. Thank you, Charlie, for the link for the moderator. So, how many albums? So it's one solo and then all those Nadas ones.
Various
the
others.
Nadas is THENADAS, and most of those records are on iTunes and Spotify. There's actually our first record we don't have out there anywhere anymore, but they are out there. So thenadas.com is the web address for that band. And then
It's like Spanish for the nothings.
yeah, the nothings. Charlie says our black and white setter, that's Potter, is loving the sunlight out the window and upstaging you from the background. Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's what he does. Yeah. 5 things in your fridge you cannot live without. Well, right now our fridge is mostly beverages. So we're kind of on this urban tour, and we really like experiencing the local restaurants and things like that. So right now we have a bunch of NA craft beers by Athletica and from Brooklyn Brewing because we're off the sauce, as they say.
Yep.
So, but we still like craft beers, so we find all these interesting NA beers. There's some kombuchas.
I love kombucha. I just picked up some Arlington Heights ginger beer, which should be really good. One of them's like a blueberry peppercorn, which will be either amazing or absolutely horrible. But I would like to vouch for Jason's collection of hot sauces that have been with us since day one. So they've done all 75,000 miles with us.
No, I've switched them out. Some of them.
We always have a bottle of sriracha in the fridge. We always have a few little bottles of like death by ghost pepper sauces in the fridge. And then, yeah, lots of kombuchas, lots of craft beer that's alcohol-free. And that's one that we really, really can't. I mean, we could live without it, but it's we stopped drinking just over 2.5 years ago, I think. And the reason why is because prior to that, we drank plenty of we drank our fair share. We were Jason's band was sponsored by a whiskey company for a few years, and at any given time, we had more whiskey in our vehicle than access to water. So we just decided to give it a try, and it's turned out to be really awesome. But we still love craft beverages of all kinds, and so we absolutely love pursuing and supporting any brewery that's doing a craft beer that's low to no alcohol. And also, when you're driving as much as we do, we drive, today's a short day and it's the better part of 5.5 hours. So when you're driving that much, drinking a bunch of alcohol at shows would be really difficult. So yeah, craft beer, kombucha, hot sauces, and I suppose we usually have some yogurt of some sort for...
Yesterday there was leftover Laotian food, but I ate it last night after the gig.
And I usually, this is a pro tip from my own life that you can try to apply to yours if you like, which is that when we travel and our leave point is home, if possible, I will order some food to go from my favorite Vietnamese, Chinese, Laotian?
And Thai.
Restaurant called Lucky Lotus in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'll get their crispy rice wraps, and I'll get a couple of their fruit and tapioca items and pandan stuff, and then I put those in our fridge. So then when I'm doing these long haul drives, I'm not limited to what's the quick stop that I can make and find some food. Instead, I'm
it always comes in handy.
Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Charlie just said she had to bounce to get to location B.
Bye, Charlie Grace.
But she said when she gets set up there, she'll try to get back on. Now the question is...
Will we still be on?
Will we still be on? But I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And but the question is, will she still automatically be moderator?
Or do you have to assign every
do we have to assign it again? Maybe call me V if you're still on here. Maybe we could have you be the moderator in the interim. Let's see. Wow, I am way behind. So I'll tell you guys the hardest part about this YouTube Live thing that I'm just learning is that
In 2 miles,
it's hard to keep up.
Take exit 11 on the right onto I-65 south toward Indianapolis.
Signals says, good to see you both on the road. Thanks for sharing everything.
Everything.
Well, thank you for tuning in. D. Frank. Oh, you know what, Derek? I didn't know it was you.
Are you serious? I knew it was him.
I don't know. I'm just so, I'm not a good multitasker.
Goodness gracious.
D. Frank, Not a Sound needs more respect.
I agree.
The thing with Not a Sound, I'll stand behind the songs. I'll even give ourselves forgiveness for the musical performance. It's the choir boy voices I can't stand, because I was a choir boy and I sound like a little kid.
Yeah, that's true. But it's because you were also a little kid.
Okay. Rally Creative Travel says, been listening. Be safe as I'm about to jump back behind the wheel as we head to our next destination in Sioux Falls. All right,
awesome.
You're probably
Travel
probably not on here anymore, but travel safely. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Blaine. Please make sure you give a
Use
thumbs
the
up
right
and
2
turn in
lanes
blue.
to take exit 11 on the right onto I-65 south toward Indianapolis.
Call me V's at the largest farmers market in Ontario. Man, I really want to go back to Canada. You're making me think a lot about Canada right now. We had a great time in Toronto. Do you remember that?
They have the best grilled cheese.
Yeah, and I went to Chinatown. And,
oh yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Keep right.
West, what's up again?
Hey, dude.
Thanks for joining, Wes.
For 131 miles, continue straight.
Okay. Charlie says she's moderator even when.
Oh.
But also says, give V a wrench.
Yeah, but when we do that, you have to say, duck!
I'm live on location. Drop. I don't understand. Okay. Call me V says CG
Charlie Grace.
TKX.
Thanks.
I'm live on location. Drop a link and I'll be a guest. Okay, let's see if that works. Now it says you're a moderator. How do you be a guest?
I don't know, but if that's a thing, then I would love that so much. Although we could do it on Instagram too, but we're not trying to do Instagram.
Okay, so V is a wrench. Duck. How do you be a guest though? That would be awesome. This is already like double the crowd we had last time. I'm all about, because I've been a lifelong musician, I'm all about attendance, building a crowd. So V, how do we bring you on as a guest? I'd love to see where you are. On the bottom of your screen, look for an invite guest.
I almost wonder if we need like live stream from an iPad so that things are just bigger. We already have the biggest phones and it's difficult to read.
Okay, I'm wondering if maybe I can't invite you as a guest because you are a moderator. So I'm gonna invite you. Please don't be offended. And then I'll see if I can invite you as a guest. Sorry for the close-up, guys. Melody Guy is a musician in van lifer too. Thanks for tuning in, Melody Guy. If you are anywhere near Cincinnati, you should come hang out tonight. Man. V, is it because we're on a phone? Yeah, or because we don't have enough subscribers.
Like you don't get to have a community tab until you get to 1,000 subscribers, for example. We hoped we would get to have one at 500, but
okay.
I did my research.
Says, I don't know. They say they do live on a cell, so I don't know. I'm gonna make you moderator again because I can't figure out how to bring you on as a guest. If Emma was,
I could figure it out right away, but that's because I'm a nerd.
If she was not driving, she could do it.
Yep. Proud nerd. I worked for a video game company as my first job. It was awesome.
We could just stop hogging this audience, and we could end our live and join V's live. But thanks, Derek. No. Thanks for tuning in, Derek. He's been with us all along. He's been with us since the first record.
I feel like Derek's always with me.
Okay, we're gonna keep going for a little while because of your encouragement, V. Although it's still the same view out here. Although now that we're in Indiana, it's a lot less traffic. I don't know if we will be able to take. We'll be able to take any of the scenic route. I would say we now have it's because there's a time change, so we're going into Eastern time. I would say we have maybe a 2-hour buffer max. Okay. To plum or to apple? Man, I am in the mood for an apple. I've been thinking this whole trip, I wish I would have brought the bag of apples that I just bought at the grocery store. So go apple. I know plum is more exotic, but Here's a question. Should we stop in Indianapolis for anything?
Well, that question comes along with another question, which is, are there any setter puppies available in Indiana? I don't know. The only thing that's slowing me down from getting a puppy is that Potter already sheds enough. So much hair. We have friends that have gotten puppies recently in the van life world, which is probably what's pulling at my
Stay in the left 3
heartstrings
lanes.
a little extra. Is I've been taking care of these puppies when we're at van events, and it's like, oh, come here, I'm gonna smell you. Anyway, Youngwa from Stone Nation is calling me.
We might have to call her back.
Hello?
Hey! Hello?
Hello? Hey, we're on YouTube live and you're on speaker.
You asked, is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I'll call back or call me when you're done.
Okay, but will you first say hi, YouTube?
Hey, YouTube, what's going on?
Youngwa from Stone Nation. Woo! All right, tell Kimchi I said what's up, and we'll call you back.
Hey, someone on here just said, hi,
All right.
Stone Nation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Aww.
All right, see you,
Alright,
man.
talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, celebrity.
If you guys-
Continue straight.
If you guys don't listen to the Stone Nation podcast, it's a lot of fun. And that was Youngwa, who is the brains behind the Stone Nation podcast.
And timing wise, what I was saying about puppies, she also has this dog named Kimchi that's about a year old now, and I have loved hanging out with Kimchi. So anyway, but both Kimchi and then our friend TC, his puppy Blake, they both don't shed nearly as much as Potter does. And so I'm like, oh, that's a solid idea if you're living out of a van to get a dog that doesn't just drop his hair as much as I do, you know?
And Kimchi wears
Wears goggles. He's so cool. But our dogs are really cool. No, I'm not over our dogs. I love them so much. But I just also think that they would be a great puppy rearers. What we got going on there, Jason? 'Cause I
I'm just
can't.
posting a...
I know, but I saw something. on this
Oh.
one.
I don't know. There you go.
Thanks.
I see. What do I got on here?
Yeah.
Hello, Stone Nation. Maybe she'll tune in. She is awesome and has done so much for all us storyteller folk. For sure. Dog called Kimchi.
Yeah.
Tell that story. It's funny.
Okay.
But wait, first let me read this last one. It says, Singal says, have you done any overlanding trips? How were the dogs on the trips? And then we'll come back to that question. First, Emma has a Kimchi story.
Okay. So before we ever met Youngwa, and this is like when she first joined the Storyteller, Overland, Mode Lifers, and Insiders Facebook page, which you guys are all welcome to join. When she first joined, she was asking questions about like weight of the vehicle and what people put in it, what people put in their vehicles, and concerns around like, well, if she does XYZ mod, how much weight will she have left to play with, because she's going to need to carry obviously herself, her things. And then she said, and 30 pounds of kimchi. And we were like, and by we I mean everybody on the Facebook group was like, holy crap, what is up with this person?
And I thought, I gotta meet this person because I love kimchi.
Like 30 pounds of kimchi? Under what circumstances could you ever need 30 pounds of kimchi? And that's basically the question that everyone asked on the post eventually. First we were dumbfounded, and then we all said, so why do you have so much kimchi? At which point she clarified to us that she had a dog that she anticipated would be about 30 pounds at full growth, and his name was Kimchi. And that really started to make more sense.
Okay, listen, V's going. If you're still there, V,
Bye.
please share your Instagram on here so that we can, or follow, I don't know, maybe we already follow you on Instagram, but I would love to follow along your farmer's market today. So we are Falcor Van on Instagram.
Falkorvan.
And so maybe send us a message on Instagram so we can follow along. But she's going to go put some mittens on because she's cold. And Hawkins Family Adventures says they can moderate, so let's do that.
Done.
Cabbage, but the size of 2 pregnant mums. Instagram. Okay. Call me V Green on Instagram. All right, we'll look you up. Hawkins, you're up.
Duck.
Duck.
But also, are we supposed to say duck, or is that just something
I don't
they
know.
say? I don't know.
We're amateurs.
So the question about dogs and overlanding, our dogs have done, we've done 75,000 miles in our van since July of 2020, and I would say that our dogs have probably done like 68 or 70,000 of those miles with us. So everything, for the most part, that we've experienced, they've experienced, and they have been great. Now, one of the most valuable improvements that I made to all of our lifestyles is that, speaking of Younghwa and Kimchi, Younghwa trained Kimchi on this e-collar system that has a vibrate, a beep, and then it does have a little nip to it, which is like an electric shock, but I've done it to myself and it does not hurt.
Like all the time. You love it.
No.
Oh, just once.
No, just like a few times just to make sure. I do the vibrate thing because I'm like, okay, I got to make sure his collar is on. Because I learned that lesson the hard way, which is if you don't make sure the collar is on, it might not be on, and then your 4-year-old setter might realize that he can just start running and you're not going to vibrate his collar. So anyhow, that's one thing that really improved our overlanding experience with them, is probably for the first 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles, 50,000 miles, they always had to be on a leash because we got these dogs when they were, Pepper was 3 and Potter was 11 months old, and they're prey-driven pheasant hunting dogs, and they're both classically trained hunting dogs prior to coming into our family.
We've only ruined them.
Or upgraded them. We've added classically trained snuggling to their roster. So anyhow, Pepper and Potter do not, they don't just stay by us. They want to go follow their nose. And I tell myself it's not because they don't love and respect us, but it's because their nose is what they were trained is the most important thing before they met us. So I got these e-collars like Kimchi has, and I trained them on them so that if I vibrate the collar, it's just a light little buzz, they know that they need to come back to me. And making that decision to take them off leash and just use these e-collars and put that trust in them has dramatically improved our experience as well as their experience with getting out and seeing new places and overlanding in this van. So I would say if you're traveling with a dog or 3 in a van and overlanding, that you really ought to check out the e-collar thing if you don't already, because it's just such a useful tool, and it really increases your confidence in their ability to go experience things without getting too far away from you.
Hawkins Family Adventure. I love helping. It also helps me grow and make friends with amazing people. I just followed V on Instagram. Are you guys on Instagram, Hawkins Family Adventures? If so, let us know so we can give you a follow as well. And where did you say you were? Was that in, I can't remember.
They said they were in a state of confusion.
No, we're in a state of confusion.
I did follow some accounts that tuned into our first stream on Instagram that I could find.
Yeah.
Oh, that sign says hell is real, so watch out.
Good to know. Oh, hey, Potter.
Ew. Oh. Hey, Papa.
Okay, get back. Portland, Oregon, that's right. Sorry. Are you guys on Instagram? Potter's eyes look cool in this light. Oh, good boy.
He is leaning all of his weight on my arm. We're gonna have to force Pepper to participate in YouTube Live.
Why did my phone just get so dark?
I don't know.
Might be getting hot.
I think it would be fun if on our next YouTube Live you had a guitar in your hands.
Oh yeah. The next YouTube Live.
Live.
The next Drive Live.
Not us.
That guy's texting.
That guy is definitely texting and driving. Jeez.
Okay, are you Hawkins Family Adventures on Instagram? I'll look it up right now. Uh-oh, lost our connection.
For 112 miles, continue straight.
Will do.
Did any of y'all have any advice for us on Indianapolis?
Well, so you told me that David Letterman is from here?
Yeah.
Does he still live here?
No, he lives on like a 100,000-acre ranch in Montana,
Good for him.
next to Ted Turner. Hawkins Family Farm. That's probably not it.
Potter, please stay back.
Hawkins Family Adventures. Tim and Brandy. Followed.
Communications, please.
Got you guys. Thank you. Let's see. Well, that's a good hour and a half. I was kind of waiting for Charlie to come back, but maybe this is a good place to end it.
Sure. I have to just be right here for 121 miles. Continue straight.
This is what we're seeing today. Not too glamorous, but it's a means to an end.
Yeah, but also the road in the back of that tanker right there is pretty trippy.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's awesome.
All right, you guys have any other questions before we sign off? West. I think V said she had to go because she had to put on mittens. And she was at the farmer's market. She was gonna snap some pics and get some video to share on her Instagram. Where are you at, West? And where are you singles in your storyteller? Oh, love always 78. So I just followed some other Instagram channel. That's funny. South Padre. Oh, that's right. You were on last time. Sorry, I don't have a very good memory. Let's see. Love. I'm working on it though. Love always 78.
Potter, I know it's a field. So Potter and Pepper, like I mentioned, are pheasant hunting bird dogs, and they're very passionate about it. And so when Potter looks out the window and sees a field during this time of year, he gets a little birdie. And so that's why he's crying a little bit, is because he knows that if we only pulled over and let him run out there, he could kick up a pheasant or two.
Probably find a bird. That is totally true.
driving. We're always just driving past his favorite place in the world.
That's funny. I think I just followed the wrong Love Always 78 because I didn't see the little dot. Let me try again.
Okay. We're not stingy with the follows. You know it is a field, Potter. There are some birds out there. It's not safe. You'll just he's putting his arm on me. Look at him. It's super cute, but I got him in my arm because it's not safe.
Okay, get back, bud. Get back. Okay, I think I just followed you. Love Always.
I mean,
I followed somebody.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what we're missing before we sign off here. You just followed our Instagram? Well, that might make it easier. Let's see. Get back.
Potter.
Get back.
We know.
Tell him that thing where you're telling me he has to go in his kennel.
Potter. I need you to be a good boy. If you're not a good boy, then you have to go to your kennel. So I need you to stay back. There. I like to reason with my...
Well, we must be a little behind because I don't see a new follow there.
Oh, he's so cute. He's adorable. I would watch anything that you were on, Potter. Hey, that was the very first time that I went over the line a little bit.
Boondocking with Boomer. Hi guys, Charlie Grace from Forever Best Friends told me to come hang out with you guys. I'm Lance. Where are you headed? Hey Lance. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Charlie for sending you our way.
And we are headed
to Cincinnati to a kind of a pop-up show at a van outfitter / van crash pad in Cincinnati called Engine 13 is the name of the place. And they follow us on Instagram and have followed our shows we've been doing everywhere and asked us if we wanted to come to Cincinnati. And so we played in Chicago last night and I thought that's pretty close to Cincinnati. So that's where we're headed. Good boy, Potter. We play tonight probably around 7 and it's open to the public, so if you are anywhere near Cincinnati or have friends in Cincinnati,
he thinks that's a game.
you're welcome to come. Whoa, I think I just saw that Boondocking with Boomer, or aka Lance, has a 143-pound Great Dane.
Whoa.
Wow, you'd need a bigger van. And he's also in Toronto. We were just on here with someone named V, who is just outside Toronto. Love hanging out with the Canadians. I played Toronto.
Potter,
one
can you
minute.
go
I
to
bet
your
it
kennel?
was 5 or 6 years ago at a folk conference. Lance has a 22-foot Class C. So yeah,
That'd work.
that's proportional for the dog. Yeah. Is that on a Sprinter platform or on a Ford or GM platform, that Class C? Just curious. Lance says Call Me V is his best YouTube friend. They live 2 hours. Get back. Ford, awesome. I've had a lot of Fords. We are in a Class B Sprinter right now, but I've had about a dozen Ford vans, either standalone vans or Class C RVs. So
And we're about to have
great
a
vehicles.
Transit.
We're about to have a Ford Transit.
Also, we already have a Ford Transit for the band.
Yeah.
So 170.
My band
what are they
band
called?
has a
2018.
148.
Ford Transit Extended.
Ford
something
Transit high roof extended with a quick lead package. So, Lance, the one we're in right now is a build repeat. So it's an RV manufacturer called Storyteller Overland, and it's a magic carpet ride. It's amazing. It's awesome. So
and
we'll
this
have this
particular
forever.
one is Mercedes Sprinter, but we have a Ford Transit version. They're calling the Mode LT or Model T. Very
Because it's a
clever.
Ford.
The Mode LT on the transit platform. We have one of those on order from Campers in RV, and we're hoping to get it in early to mid-spring of next year, and then we'll be renting this van, our Mercedes version of the Storyteller Overland, on GoCamp. But we might rent the Transit as well and just kind of see what rents better, take whatever is available for our own adventures. I don't know. We just decided that we wanted to have two of them so that we could share a taste of the mode life, because people are oftentimes reaching out to us asking if they could come tour our van, and we just decided that it would be a really cool thing if we were able to say, not only can you tour our van, you can take it for your own little adventure for 3 nights, 7 nights.
Lance says, gotta go make lunch. Drive safe.
We'll see you next
Definitely
time.
keep an eye on you guys for travels. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. I'm wondering, for any of you veterans and experts in this, how much data does this use, I wonder?
Who cares?
Yeah. No, I'm actually wondering if, because I like your idea of doing it on the iPad. And we can mount the iPad in the middle.
Yep.
And we can turn on the Mercedes Wi-Fi hotspot, because we're only doing it while we're driving. 2 gigs an hour. Huh. Yeah, we are on Verizon, where we have unlimited, but I know that when you hit that certain point, it like throttles you back, and I do not want that. So that's interesting.
Well, I still have that hotspot someplace.
It's in my bag.
Oh. Well,
Fire it up.
we
The
should
iPad.
we should explore our options.
Can we mount the iPad on this 67 Designs?
Yeah. I'm sure they have a dongle for it.
Okay, you guys. Anything else before we sign off? Bye, Lance. Bye, boondocking with Boomer.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
Thanks for joining us. We'll keep doing these drive lives, sharing a little bit of what we're up to, where we're headed, and what we're seeing.
Yeah, and if you're not busy tonight,
Yeah, I was saying
we
tonight.
will definitely try to live stream tonight's show.
Potter, you're not the boss. I mean, he kind of is the boss, but
That's it.
we like to pretend that we're the boss sometimes.
So yeah, if you're not busy tonight, tune in.
There we go.
I think, you know what, he has this thing with electronics, with phones and devices and talking to people.
He doesn't understand why. Like when I get on a phone call or when we do stuff like this, the whole time I think he thinks that he doesn't understand what we're doing or why we're making so much noise, but it doesn't make sense to him.
Yeah.
That's what because every time I talk to my mom on the phone, for example, he starts to get concerned about what am I saying and why doesn't it add up in his mind, or at least that's what I perceive the situation to be. So you gotta get used to it. Sometimes your people just talk out loud for a couple hours on end.
All right, and our next goal is to figure out how to add people to the stream. So we're going to talk to our coach, Charlie, about that. And thank you guys. I think it's a good ender.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Say bye,
See you soon.
Potter. Bye.